speaking of preseason football, here we go. Giants-Jets. They share a field. The regular preseason tilt. Jets, 5-point favorites. And there you go. The Hard Knock Kids, the Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell, one ass cheek and two toes. Steelers, and I don't care what you have. They're going to try to beat you, but the Steelers favored by a little more than 5 and a hook in their barn, total 39. All right, let's bring on Jason La Canfora and get him into the mix and find out what's what. Hard Knock Kids are in Steel City. This will be a tough game. Pittsburgh, they're favored by 5 and a half, depending on when you look, against Detroit. Yeah. Your total's 39. What do you want to do here? And did you factor in the idea that the Lions know that the whole world's watching their Hard Knocks and maybe they need to play a little better or try to win these games at the end?
Well, I got a smidge of Hard Knocks hype factored into this, but give me the Steelers to cover here. You're going to hear me kind of focus on a couple of things in these preseason finales we're about to cap. Coaching style and quarterback depth and sort of acumen. And we'll start here with the Steelers. And you can make the case that the Steelers only have 3 number 2s in terms of a quarterback, but the Lions, we're not going to see Goff today, I don't believe. And the Lions know they have 0 number 2s right now. That battle for the backup quarterback position not going well, and that's a team who, frankly, may be picking somebody up off the waiver wire later this week to try to find that understudy to Jared Goff. We've got the QB battle between Pickett, the rookie who obviously has played really good ball for the Steelers, and Trubisky, who's kind of fighting for his NFL career. If he's not looked at as a starter in this scenario, it might be over. Mike Tomlin, the coaching angle of this, you just mentioned it, EK. He plays to win. He wants to win at tiddlywinks. He wants to win, throwing balled up pieces of paper into the trash can. They run, probably, for my money, eyes on, the toughest camp in the NFL. That tends to pay dividends now when the rosters get a little shrunk, when you're not going to play as many starters. These Steelers, they know how to battle. They've been going full pads more than anybody else. I like that Tomlin wants to win this game to set a new tone without Ben Roethlisberger there anymore. I like the depth of the Steelers' quarterbacking situation. Say what you want about Mason Rudolph. If they showcase him for trade in the second half, he's going to be trying to show something to get out of there. And again, against a Lions defense that's given up about 26 a game in the preseason, for what it's worth, give me the Steelers to cover. They're the better team. They're the tougher team. And yeah, I think there's a little bit of hype baked into the Lions. Maybe this number should be a smidge higher, but everybody's got Hard Knocks fever.
Yeah, I'm with you. And look, the Steelers know they're going to be on Hard Knocks this week too, whether they like it or not.
Yeah,
nobody wants to get embarrassed, and this is their only shot. They're not going to be able to respond if somebody gets lit up or Amon-Ra St. Brown runs by him. You're going to see his dad in the stands going crazy. You know, they got pride too, and they know that this is a TV game as far as they're concerned. Now, the Giants and the Jets, interesting. Both teams have been terrible in the regular season and great in the preseason. Yeah. Giants, 2-0 in the preseason, albeit 0-2 against the number. Robert Saleh has never lost a preseason game as head coach. 4-0-1, 4-1 against the number. Jets given 5, totals 38. I kind of like the over here. Where do you want to go?
Well, I like the Giants getting points here for a couple of reasons, and we'll take it back to coach and QB, right? There's so much uncertainty with a preseason game in general, let alone the final one. So let's look at Brian Daboll. He comes from the Buffalo Bills. He understands exactly what it means to go from a team that hasn't been to the playoffs in 20 years to one that builds a perpetual Super Bowl winner. There is no substitute for winning other than winning, whether it's a quote-unquote meaningless Snoopy Bowl or whether it's the AFC Championship game. I also look at Daboll vis-a-vis the quarterback position. They're not very high on Daniel Jones in that organization. The people running it now didn't draft him, don't have draft capital invested in him, don't have years of tutelage invested in him. But Tyrod Taylor, the backup, now he knows how to win football games. He knows exactly what's expected of him from Brian Daboll. He knows exactly what the Brian Daboll system should look like being run at the highest level. And I think Brian Daboll could use this game to send a message to Daniel Jones and anybody else about, hey, did you see what Tyrod Taylor did? I know it's only the Snoopy Bowl, but if this other kid, the first-round pick, isn't getting it done, I have no problem going to my system guy and trying to win with this Wink Martindale rebuilt defense and just don't turn the ball over, which Tyrod Taylor doesn't do. So that factors into my cap here. And then I also look at the Jets situation. You're right. Saleh has never lost. I would say maybe he's got one coming to him in the preseason. They've already lost their starting quarterback, their franchise quarterback for the start of the season. They faced the Baltimore Ravens week 1, Joe Flacco's former team. I have a hard time thinking the Jets are going to put Flacco out there for anything other than a series. Maybe not even that, especially given some of the misgivings in the Jets' offensive line. So then we start talking about Mike F. and White. I'm
glad you said that. I was going to go with Bleep and White, but I think you were more accurate than I was.
Okay
it's
there,
terrific.
Right?
It was great. That's exactly it.
And that was great for, one Sunday. But I think the reality is if it's Tyrod Taylor playing substantial amount of this game, even if it's a half, that makes me inclined to like the Giants. And you're going to give me points on top of it. And Brian Daboll wants to go in with a W, I firmly believe. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, I think you said the same thing. I just come to a similar conclusion. I like the over. I think there will be points. I think Mike White's pretty good. I think Tyrod Taylor's very good. I don't think the defenses are great. I think you'll get some points today, and the total's under 40. So I'm going to take the over, and I never like to play the over. I'm an under player, sort of by rule. Okay, so you see what JLC wants you to do here. He says take the G-men, take those points, and take the Steelers, lay the points against Detroit and the Hard Knocks kid. Again, both totals under 40 in this one.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.